Welcome back to HOLLANDSCHEVELD for the co-op series, episode 3, with SealyEG and me, MrSealyp.
We are back, everyone, but not with great news, is it, MrSealyp?
It's not with great news. Thank you to everyone's comments, all the great support and all the offers of advice and guidance and stuff. It's absolutely fantastic, but SealyEG's got something to explain.
So, as some of you may know, I did a video in between the last co-op episode, and I went on single player, and it merged the two farms together. So I now have all the money, all the land, and all the equipment.
You sound like an evil villain.
I didn't mean to. It was an honest mistake, and the thing is, I did that, and by the time I finished the contract and then posted the video, someone commented on your video saying, "Don't go on single player because it will merge the two farms together."
I can't remember who it was, but it was a comment saying, "Please be careful, be warned that if you're playing multiplayer and then one of you goes off and does it solo, which obviously SealyEG does, it's her map, it's on her server, that it will merge it." And I told her, and it was too late. It was already done.
It was a mistake, and I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. The thing about it is, it's a lesson learned, and it's a multiplayer lesson to learn. That if you are playing multiplayer with friends and stuff, and like we've done, you decide to go and play off camera or in between your sessions with your friends as well, you've got to make sure you go on and play on multiplayer again, even if you set it on private just so no one else can go on there. You go on multiplayer, because as soon as you go on single player it merges everything, and that's how that cheat used to work before we got the government subsidy signs. If you wanted to cheat money in, you went on multiplayer, you went on maximum amount of farms you could have, so you got 1.25 million for each farm. Then you came out, played in solo, and all that money was on one farm. So unfortunately it's just the way it's happened. It's one of those things, we can't do anything about it. But what we have done, and if I go into my menu, I don't know if you'll do the same and mirror it, I don't know, but if you go into the main menu and scroll across until you get to the one of the farmhouse with the 3 figures on it, the farm management screen, I am still down as a farm manager, but I'm not an admin of my own farm. I have joined, she set me up with a new farm, so I have joined a new farm, and she has given me access, contractor access on her farm. So if we then go back across to the map screen, you'll now see that her farm down the bottom, southeast corner, 85 and 86 is in pink, but also my farm up here with fields 28 and 18 and the cows and all the rest of it is all in pink as well, because that's all now hers. Now what I'm really puzzled by is field 18 is showing us having a crop in it now, but that's our field that we own, and we haven't done anything. Oh no, it's saying harvested. That's weird. Oh, it's obviously
I guess it means though that obviously you don't own your land anymore, or you don't own all the equipment, but you have all the permission, so you can still use it.
I have access to it all.
So at least you're not restricted anymore, so we can still do what we were planning on doing.
And because the money had merged, so all my money went into her account. All we did when we came back on is she then moved my money back into my account, so I've got it. Now, what are we doing today, SealyEG?
If you cannot tell by all the equipment around us, we are doing some forestry, because if you don't know, I'm obsessed with chicken run, and I have to have chickens on every map, so we're clearing space for a chicken coop, because
we are.
Why not?
And also, you haven't done forestry before, have you?
Not like this, I haven't.
You kind of stay away from it, don't you? Now this, again, we are playing with no mods at the moment, apart from seasons. Oh, we didn't do the geo.
Oh, I spoke about that yesterday.
We were going to put the geo on and we forgot.
For next episode.
We'll make sure we do it for next episode, because it was one of those, again, it was that SealyP moment when I was doing mod reviews. I was talking to SealyG, we were talking about geos, and I said, I don't think there's a Holland one, and then within 24 hours, what pops up? The Holland geo for...
Holland.
now, for HOLLANDSCHEVELD. Thank you very much to Sandor. Sandor
Yes.
messaged me yesterday. I did my Stone Valley episode. I've been recording that for today as well, hopefully today. And I was trying to remember his name and it wouldn't come, but now it has Sandor. Sandor messaged and said the CH in HOLLANDSCHEVELD is silent. So it's HOLLANDSCHEVELD, not HOLLANDSCHEVELD. So thank you for that. Makes life a lot easier. He sent me a load of other information, stuff about Holland and all the different regions and stuff, which was very, very helpful. So what we're going to be doing is a bit of manual logging, again, to kind of show people and SealyEG that you don't need lots and lots of logging equipment to do it. It is much easier when you've got Scorpion Kings and things like that. But we've got chainsaws, we have got a stump grinder, but again, the standard in-game one. The only logging trailer that was available is this one here, which is a semi one. So I've got a dolly because we don't own a lorry yet. So what we're going to try to do is remove some of these and load them up onto the lorry. Now, we do have another bit of a problem with this plot of land, don't we?
Do we? Oh, because it's very bumpy.
We've got a few humps and bumps here. So the placing of a chicken pen may be difficult. We may have to do a bit of landscaping. I'm also concerned about the stump situation. When we take some trees out, because the ones here that are on this bump, sometimes the tree itself goes further into the ground. So even if you cut it and take the stump out, it doesn't always let you landscape. So it's going to be a bit hit and miss on this. We're going to try our best. We're going to see what we can do. I'm going to try to show SealyEG how I do forestry. Not how forestry is done, necessarily, because everyone will do it differently, but how I kind of tackle it and what I do. That's all I can promise at the moment. So what I'm going to do, first tree we're going to take out is this one here, directly in front of me.
Okay.
I have got access, so I should be able to cut the tree down. Now, something you need to know, you probably will know this, SealyEG, but when you cut down a tree, it always falls to the left. So 90 degrees left of wherever you're facing. So wherever you turn on the tree, it will fall 90 degrees to the direction you're at. So you can pretty much pick and place where you want to drop a tree, in theory. Now, this one's quite tall. I was going to say long. I'm hoping it's not going to hit the farmhouse. I want to try and drop it down into that gap over there, if I can. So what I'm going to do is get close to it. Then I'm going to crouch. I'm going to crouch with triangle because I want to get as low down that tree as I can so there's not much stump left. I'm also going to drop my chainsaw as low down as I can to still get a cut because I don't want much stump sticking out the ground. Then with my finger still on triangle, I'm going to just rock my thumb onto circle and it will cut. So I'm still crouched and it's cutting at the same time. And what should happen is when it's done, it should drop into that gap. Sorry, yeah, timber. Probably a bit late, but anyway. And if I've done it right, we've fallen right into the gap and we haven't hit the house. We haven't. There you go, look. That was almost like I know what I'm doing. Right, so, oh, you're delimbing already. You know how to do it?
Wait.
No, go for
Yeah.
it. If you're going to delimb the tree, are you doing it standing up?
Yeah.
Because
Or
what I
should I
found,
crouch?
and it's me personally, I found if you crouch and run the saw along, it just makes life a lot easier. Looks really weird from this angle.
Yeah, when you were doing it earlier, it looks very odd.
Yeah, really peculiar. Now, the thing about this is we can get away with much longer lengths on this.
This tree goes on forever.
Yeah, it's quite long, isn't it? Get rid of those last little bits. There we go. Now, the thing about this is we've got quite a long trailer, so we can get away with longer bits. But we both suddenly realised when we got over here, because we were both towing things, we haven't got rear weights. So we're hoping that our tractors are going to be heavy enough. Now, you might also notice I haven't got a log fork. If any of you have been watching my channel for a long time, SealyEG, watch and learn, I did suggest to get a manure fork. Well, it's actually, what's it called, a multi-grab now, but I always used to use a manure fork. And if, like I say, if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know why I do this, because it's got a long, it's wide, which means it gives a more stable balance for longer logs. Whereas the log grapple has got two prongs on the bottom and one on the top, and I find that logs twist in the log grapple, and I don't like it. So I generally use one of these. It does mean you can only move one log at a time, but we should be able to get away with some longer lengths. I don't want to go too long though. This one we'll probably get away with cutting in two. So what you want to do is take off the end, just lop the end off because that just gets in the way. And then what I normally do is step back, especially if you want to get about halfway. Doesn't matter if it's not spot on, but about halfway, stick a cut in, and that tree's cut in half. Alright?
Yes.
So what we've got to do now is clear a few more. Now we've cleared that one, what we can do is drop a few more into the gaps where some of them were, in theory.
Can we keep the ones along the edge over here?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, if you want them.
Just so it keeps it looking like a forest as you're coming down the road, do you know what I mean?
Wow, it's fantastic. You're concerned about the people's views and how it's going to look from the outside world. So, if you want to have a crack at taking down your next one.
So, like here.
Depends where you're going to drop it. Where do you want it to fall? That's what you've got to decide. You want it to fall the same direction along this track, maybe where I'm standing.
Yeah.
So just look at where you're standing. Get your saw out. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, I would say that's probably spot on.
So
I will step back out the way and we will watch.
And then, where does the blue thing come up? Where am I?
Blue is because you're too far away. It needs to be yellow for it to cut.
Why do I not seem to understand this?
Is it still blue?
Nothing's coming up.
Nothing at all?
Am I holding something wrong? Can I not cut this one?
If you just stand up, open your saw. Right, have you got your saw blade facing directly forward?
Yeah.
You need to tilt. Sorry, that's my fault. If you turn your blade, so do L1, and then with your right stick rotate the blade, and then you can do it. Sorry, that's my fault. I didn't explain that. So again, it's that kind of assumption. I just assume that people kind of know. Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh, that's at a really weird angle, but oh well.
Get it as low as you can. Whoa, it's falling on me. Whoa! Okay, so that might have just fallen not quite the direction we wanted it to go.
Well. Yeah. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, it would. Yeah, go for it. You're going to delimb?
Yeah.
It's going to make possibly getting the second half of this a little bit trickier. Oh, it might be right. We might get away with it. Right.
Oh, I'm going up into the other trees now.
Just whoa. That was impressive. Where did you go?
This tree goes on forever.
Or is it a really long one?
Oh, where am I?
You're in your yard.
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay, well,
we might just take the end off that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Let's try and chop it. Let's get a cut on that.
Like there. Wow. Your character looks so weird when
Really?
you're logging.
Oh dear. So while we're doing this, while we're having lots of fun, looking forward to tomorrow?
Yeah. Very excited because I've been stuck in the house for 6 months.
Yeah, true. It's going to be nice to get away in it.
Yeah.
Off to the Lake District.
Right,
Cannot wait. It's early start though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know how much you like an early start. Yeah.
Well,
we've been working on a bit of a work ethic for SealyEG. It's going well so far, isn't it?
No.
No. She's supposed to be getting up early so we can do the videos together.
It's my summer.
What time did you get up this morning?
10.
I got up at 8.
That's the first time.
I got up at 8 and sat here and waited and waited and thought, alright, I'll start recording some Stone Valley, which I did, and waited and waited and waited and waited, still nothing. 10 o'clock, she comes down, big smile on her face. Now that's what I'm worried about. Because when I crouch, it goes kind of way below, so I'm wondering whether or not this one goes right into the ground. But we can only do what we can do.
We'll just go with the flow.
Absolutely. That didn't quite go where I wanted it to, but it's still down.
To the left, so... mean, if we moved these ones, then it would be fine, but
Move what ones you talk? Oh, trees, you mean?
the ones that we've already cut down.
Oh, okay, we can do that. Yeah, we get them onto the trailer if you want. What I might used to do is move the trailer. Oh, actually, we might better do it there. It just means going across the road. I'm just conscious of cars coming while we're trying to do stuff. Right, God, this is a long one. Right, let's cut the end off.
Yeah, these trees are very tall.
Now, I know logging is not everyone's cup of tea. I know a lot of people don't like it and they find it boring. It's not always that fun to watch. The thing is, you've got to remember as well, looking at the top right hand corner, is that our temperatures, that we're still on 4 degrees ground temp. So we can't seed, we can't plant anything yet. So this is stuff you can do off season. So during the winter or when the ground's frozen, logging is a good way of making a bit of income. You can do a bit of that. Or selling stuff you've got stored up that you stored up over the summer or whatever you're going to do, or animals and that kind of thing. So that's kind of another reason why we kind of looked at it. Now, are you going to have a crack at it?
What am I doing?
Right, open up the manure fork, the grab.
Let me zoom in so I can see what I'm doing. Nope, that's the wrong one. Still the wrong one. Oh wait, maybe it's not. Oh no, it's not.
Right, now what you've got to remember is centre of gravity on a log. Generally speaking, if the log is the same diameter all the way along its length, and this one is pretty much, you'll get away with it, you want to be pretty much slap bang in the middle. Otherwise you've got too much weight either end. But if your log tapers, if it's much thicker at one end and much thinner at the other, you want to come a little bit further up it so that you've got a lot of the weight. You know what I mean? It's just about weight distribution and weight balance. So what we're going to do is come over that. That's it, that'll be right there. You'll get away with that, I reckon. Oh, the only problem you might have is trying to get out between these trees. But you might have to jiggle about a little bit. Right, so tilt the thing forward to grab forward.
How do I do that?
You've been playing this game long enough, you know how to
I
use the
know.
grabs, don't you? Is it L1 and right stick? Oh, blimey. Without having one on control, I'm trying to... Let me just grab my tractor. Hang on. Isn't that weird? My
I've
mind's gone
forgotten how
blank.
to do everything.
My mind's
Oh, here
gone...
we go. Wait, no, that's... What was that? Oh, that's the back one.
Right, so disconnect that.
Oh, did it. I was on the
Okay.
wrong thing.
You got it?
Yeah.
We've both got grabs. Actually, you probably could have dropped off the stump grinder, but it doesn't matter. So then just grab it.
You're not low enough down, maybe?
Yeah, so it's R1 and right stick side to side opens and closes the grab. Then L1 and right stick raises and lowers your front loader and manipulates the rotation or movement of the actual doodad itself. I know doodad is not the technical term. You got it? No, you need to open it up. Open it up. R1 and right stick opens the grab.
What?
You're on the wrong piece of machinery. You need to press triangle so you're on the front loader.
I am.
No, you're not.
I've
You're
just
on the.
pressed triangle twice, and when I'm pressing R1, it's still moving up.
You're on the back. Okay, well, best thing to do then is just go back up and drop off the stump grinder. Just move it. Go across the road. Maybe you need to lift your thing up because your front loader is dragging on the floor. Your front wheels are off the ground. L1, L1 and right stick.
I am doing it.
L1 and right stick.
I'm doing. Oh, there we go. This is so confusing. I don't remember it being this confusing in 17.
No, I don't. You were way better at this. I'm really baffled. It's like trying to teach your mum again.
Whoa.
It is. That didn't go so well, ladies and gents. I know I started off, and whilst we were in lockdown and she was working from home, she had a bit of leave and stuff, and she started to play and was enjoying it. Teaching her was, it was hard going. But the problem is now she's back at work, so the whole thing of we were going to do some videos together and I was going to teach her. Right, lift it right up, lift the loader up, 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 up. Now tilt the head, so tilt the manure grab, tilt it, tilt it, tilt it, tilt it, tilt it. Now open it right out. R1 and that's it, open it right out. Now come forward a little bit, drop it down, the whole thing down. Now tilt it, you need to keep tilting it forward, keep it tilted forward, keep it tilted forward. That's it, drive forward a little bit. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Now close the grab.
Am I too high up. Is that what's wrong?
No, close the grab. Should be right.
I am trying. Oh, there we go.
Keep going. Keep closing it. Keep closing it.
It's doing it. It's not doing anything.
What are you doing? Right, close it. You open it again. What's happening with you today? There you go. Right, now lift it and rotate the head. And there you have a log. That's not closed as much as I thought it would be, but anyway, not to worry. Right, so the problem is you're a little bit off balance. Oh no, that's a bit better. Now it's closed a bit tighter. There we go. What you've got to do now is back out, and you've got to get out between these trees without hitting anything. Careful, 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 careful this side. You're going to hit this tree.
What
So
tree?
what you want to do, this one my side where I am.
Oh.
So you want to turn, you want to go left hand down on the steering? Do left hand down on the steering. So turn your steering to the right, no, to the left. No, to the right. Sorry, to the right. To the right, to the right. Now back up a little bit. To the right. Steering to the right. Back up a little bit. Back up a little bit. You still keep steering to the right. You do both at the same time.
I'm going to hit that tree then.
To the right. You turn it to the left, you twit.
I'm going right, aren't I?
Yeah, but you're reversing. There you go. That's it. You should get around it now. Back up. Straight. Back up. Back up. There you've got a tree on your left. Be careful. Back up. Why are you going forward? Back
Because
up.
I'm going to hit the tree.
Oh my.
This is so
I'm going to look
hard.
away. I can't look.
I can do it.
It's the turn of
I
shame.
can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, you can. Perseverance.
can't.
Come on. Come on, Percy. Bit of veerance. Not veering that way, though. Where are you going?
I don't know. I thought this was going to be easy.
Right, you've now got wrapped around another tree. That's why it's not working. Right, so oh, you just clattered me in the face with the tree. Right, back up, back up, back up. Now swing round, turn your steering to the left, and back up. That's it. Keep going, keep going. To the left. There you go, you're out. Right, now you need to turn completely round and load it into the trailer. There is a car coming, so you need to be aware of that. So I try and block the traffic, or we just drive. He'll just drive over me. Oh no, they go a different way, don't they? Oh no, they don't. Right, lift your boom, lift your boom, lift your boom. Lift your boom. That's it. Now you're high enough to get over the side of the trailer.
Don't
You just
honk
got
your horn at me. Whoa. Oh, okay, fine. Just go. Just go.
This is comedy central. This is. Okay, right. So now you've got to line up. That's it. There you go. Line up a bit better. You're getting it. See, it just takes a little bit of practice. We'll get there.
Whoop.
When filming around moving vehicles, especially on farms, be aware that it's your responsibility to stay out of the way of moving vehicles. It's not the machine operator's job to know where you are, because obviously they've got work to do. Right, now tilt the head down, open it up. You just done some logging.
I did it.
You just
some
done
time.
some logging. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like I say, you haven't really done much logging at all. So, you know, I've been doing logging for ages now. I still make mistakes and still get things wrong, and that's just part and parcel. So, you're going to go and grab another one? Or do you want them in shorter lengths? Would it be easier if they were shorter for manoeuvring? It doesn't matter, but they haven't got to be long lengths. We can cut them shorter. So what I'll do is, we'll cut them into quarters. So I'll take this one and cut it in half, roughly. I'll go about there.
I mean, we only have 26 minutes left.
I know, so what we'll do, like I say, we'll move some of these trees. I think what we'll do is cut some of them down and we'll just move them out the way for the time being. Then we'll load
You
the
can push
trailer
them
up.
onto the grass field.
Yeah, we'll just shove them out the way, because what we wanted to try and do was try and get the chicken coop placed today, didn't we?
Yeah, so let's just... Yeah.
We still need to move these though. And we need to grind the stumps out too.
Oh, okay.
Right, let me crack on with cutting this one down as well.
Why don't I just cut down all these ones, because they'll all just fall to the right.
Well,
That
which
wasn't that
ones?
hard. These ones on this side.
Sorry, I'm cutting the tree down. Which way?
On the very edge, over here.
Yeah, but then you've got a fence there.
No.
Oh no, I thought you had a fence there. Yeah, if you want,
No?
yeah, just drop them into the field. Yeah. Why not? Might as well.
We've got this.
I wanted you to just have a crack at doing all the different jobs. So you've loaded a log. You need to do a bit of stump grinding. So we're grinding some stumps out. And then, like I say, I'm not sure about the landscape, and I hope that's going to work. Now, if some of you have been playing this map already, you may be more aware than us of the landscaping situation. Whether or not it will let you... Actually, no, I'm going to cut all these into shorter lengths. It doesn't matter what size. I mean, the longer the lengths, the more you get paid, is generally the rule. A lot of people will stick to 6 metre lengths when they're loading trailers. Some people do 4s. You know, for ease of use of moving these about, it's probably going to be easier to do them in shorter bit. I mean, to be honest with you, the longer they are, the easier it is to get them out. But when we've got a lot of trees around us, that's probably not going to be the case. So these are not going to look pretty on the trailer, but sorry.
We are going to do this. Ah, no. Okay. Never trust me with a chainsaw. Ever.
I don't worry, I wouldn't.
Just... Yeah.
I've seen you with a knife and fork.
Whoa! Okay.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
What are you looking forward to most about going away?
I don't know. I miss Keswick.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
It's my favourite place in the whole world.
You haven't been to many places in the world, though, to be fair. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still beautiful. It is amazing, but... There we go. Okay, well... somebody commented to say yesterday that they got really invested in my ploughing of my field, and they don't know why. It was one of those kind of things that, you know, and they were really annoyed because I didn't finish ploughing it in the video.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll let you into a little secret here. We literally, and I mean literally said goodbye. Thanks for watching. I drove forward, I don't know, 3 or 4 metres, and it came up contract complete. So I was so close to finishing it.
Yeah.
So I do apologise. There we go. Right. So these we can chop up and we can load up later. That's not a problem. But what we are going to need to look at is some stump grinding, because we're not going to be able to place anything at all without grinding some stumps out.
What is going on?
Let me drop that one. I need to be careful about where you are.
I'm in the field, it's okay.
I know, but that's where I'm dropping this.
Where are you? Ah! Okay.
It's alright, I'm going to... Oh,
I'm moving, don't worry.
It's really not very low, so is it? That's better. Whoa, that didn't fall. That's a bit worrying. Oh no. Please fall. It doesn't want to go. That's so weird. I might have to give that a bit of a shove. Right. I might have to grab your tractor for a second. Is that okay?
Go ahead. Feel free. Oh no, that did not fall. No! Okay.
So you go the wrong way?
Yeah, or maybe I was on the... Was I on the wrong side of it? I have the worst memory.
Wow.
Dory.
Yeah, so again, if it... Dory. Anyone watching this knows me. No, what are you doing? You're trying to kill me? Well, this is why you need a forestry cage on your tractors. If you're logging with SealyEG...
I didn't cut that down.
Oh, that's the one.
Why are you lying?
That's the one I just cut down and it didn't fall.
Excuse me. I'm trying to say it's my fault.
Sorry.
Whoa.
I just nearly killed myself with a tree. Now that's impressive. I wonder
Who has a bad memory now?
across the world, statistically, how many people a year suffer injury from felling trees onto themselves? It must happen, mustn't it?
It must be a lot, surely.
Yeah, it's got to be, isn't it? Sorry, I do apologise. I don't want... See, typical dad thing.
People watching my side will be laughing at the things that keep happening.
I've been really impressed with the amount of people that have said what they've been doing is syncing the videos up on 2 screens or on their computer, splitting the screen, watching both with one of the volumes turned off or down, so they can still hear both of us talking on one, but they're watching both videos at the same time, so 2 perspectives of the same thing. That's amazing. When we started doing this, that wasn't something that crossed our minds. We didn't think for 1 second people would do that. That's amazing, isn't it? Very cool. Right, as far as the chicken coop goes, I'm pretty sure this is going to be enough space here, but we are going to need to move some of these logs out of the way, so even if we don't load the trailer up in this one, maybe what we'll do is load up off screen and then we'll have to take them to the sawmill at a later date.
That's not falling left either. Can I push it? How about push it?
You won't be able to push it by hand, you'll need to do it with a tractor or something.
Oh, that's annoying.
Or it will just decide to fall on you when you're doing something else. That seems to be a thing.
Definitely.
See what you mean about this grab though? Doesn't want to close.
Maybe you're too low down. Lift it up a little bit. Oh, there we go.
Alright, thanks. Jeez, getting advice from you now. Look at that.
What can I say?
Well, I'll be... I don't know what I'll be, but I'll be something.
Something.
Whoa! Nearly lost it. Nearly lost it. So, what we need to do now is do a bit of stump grinding. Because we're doing to get that done.
Gonna move all the things.
There we go. Move all the things. Ah, no. Caught up on the trailer. It's pretty handy being able to use each other's vehicles and stuff though.
Yeah.
Right, you know what we'll do? Let's, if we can. This is where we need that new North Modding Company D11 bulldozer. Because that thing, that thing. Do you not watch my mod reviews?
I just hit the car.
Do you not watch my mod reviews? Rude. Don't you me, madam?
Of course I do.
No, you don't, Fibber.
I watch you make most of your videos.
You do actually, yeah, to be fair. Watch me getting stressed over trying to record them and get the things right and know what everything's doing. Yes. Blimey, it gets a bit of a game, doesn't it? Right, let's drop that there. Like I say, all these will be tidied up. We're just very conscious of time and that we need to make sure we get as much done as we were hoping to do. So, you're right with the stump grinder, turn it on, get it over the stump, lower it down till you get wood chips flying, and the wood chips should fly until the stump disappears. That's the theory. Got a chunk of it done.
Yeah, some of these are just cutting them in half.
Might just come at it from a slightly different angle. Hang on, let me see if I can pick. It's not a sliver, is it? No. You might just come at it from a different angle. That stump grinder with the controls, if you've got your help window open, you can actually tilt it as well. It will tilt as well as go up and down. And what you are supposed to do is put the legs down and then run it, but I never do. I always run it like you're doing, straight off the front of the 3-point. I just find it easier that way. Right, what we'll do is back up and see if we can push these through. It's going to depend very... So we might have a problem here then if the stumps won't grind out.
Why are you doing anything? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. This isn't doing anything.
Alright, it could be... Yeah, the problem is...
Oh wait.
Got it?
Maybe? Yeah, there we go. Wait, does that mean there was one left over here? Is that one? This is not straight. Let's straighten this up first.
Is that your first time using a stump grinder?
No.
Oh, okay. So if you haven't done forestry before, when have you done stump grinding?
We have done forestry before, just not like this.
How did we do it before then?
Using the wood chipper.
Oh, okay. I suppose that would have been easier. Oh no, we haven't
Because
got a
remember,
wood
we
chipper.
used the Scorpion. I got my Scorpion license,
Oh,
remember?
you did? God, that was ages ago.
Yeah, that was on Goldcrest Valley.
Blimey. Didn't we do login? We did login with Jim, didn't we? With Alien Jim.
Yeah.
We did our farm visits video with Alien Jim. That was long before he'd actually made his first map, wasn't it? But he was talking about it, wasn't he? He was working on Sussex Farms, the first version of it, at the time. God, that was such a long time ago. You were so little then.
How old was I then? 15?
No, I've been doing this 5 years, 4 years, 5 years.
5 years?
4 or 5. I've been doing it full time too. I quit my job at the school 2 years ago.
Oh my. Whoa.
So yeah, it's got to be 4 or 5 now. We've been doing this.
That's
and you played
insane.
on FS15 with me very early on, when you used to whiz around, just going woo, round and round the yard.
Those were some fun times.
That was on Westbridge Hills, wasn't it?
Whoa, Westbridge Hills.
Fun time. Oh, you're getting all the stumps out. I tell you what, we'll make a good logging team. We'll get better at this. We'll get better. Let me get that out of the way. Get a few more logs out of the way.
Alright.
Like I say, we'll chop them up. We'll get them loaded. We might, like I said, we might do that off screen. Maybe SealyEG will do some, or maybe we could just stick that in the next episode, loading the trailer up or something. I know we're not making a lot of progress with regard to seasons, but we don't know how long the series is going to go for.
We have time.
We do. I know Barris did make a valid point the other day, and we have done this a couple of times where we've been in summer holidays and we started doing the co-op. We did with Meadow Grove, we've done a few others, and then unfortunately when SealyEG had to go back to school, it kind of stopped. We didn't really have a lot of choice. It had to. We're hoping over the summer holidays to post a video a day. I know we didn't yesterday. SealyEG did, but I didn't. So we should, through the summer holidays, be able to post quite a lot on this. We should be able to do a fair amount on seasons on this.
Yeah.
That's the plan, anyway.
Why am I not? Oh, because I'm stuck in the ground.
Is there anything you want to say to your subscribers that you didn't say in your video yesterday? Anything that's changed over the last 24 hours? Or?
Thank you. Oh, I forgot his name. Oh, I feel really bad. Do you remember?
Stuart,
thank you for the donation. I really appreciate that. You didn't have to. I wasn't expecting any donations as well. But also just thanks to everyone. Everyone's been so lovely, especially on my first video yesterday on my own. I was so nervous to post that, and it's done really well.
And I did say on my
Everyone's so
Stone Valley video, I did say that. Oh, did I say it on this one? I've lost my mind now. It's where she gets it from memory. That I showed her when we did episode 1 and episode 2. I did a bit of editing with her, so I showed her on PlayStation how to do a bit of editing on Share Factory. We had a bit of a look on Photoshop at doing thumbnails, didn't we? So that video she posted yesterday on her own was her entirely. I had nothing to do with that video. She recorded it, she edited it, she did the voiceover, she did the thumbnail herself. That was all her. So yeah, so impressed. I just did such a good job on it. And considering it's your first video on your own, doing all that stuff yourself, well done. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, really, really cool. Very, very impressed. Now, oh, blimey, missed that look completely. Good one. Move that forward. There we go. Let's put it out of the way. You got another stump there? Oh, you done it?
Oh yeah, just got rid of it.
Good job.
Thanks.
Now, I think we should have enough room, shouldn't we, to place one? It's weird, actually. You've got a fence that runs all the way down to here and
But then
stops, and it was just the trees, I suppose, that were the boundary here. Because now we've taken out, there's no fence here anymore. Not it's a problem, it's just pointing out what's there. Right, let's move that to one side a little bit. Right, now, we may have to look at the landscaping situation now then, because I don't know, that's not flat enough to place a chicken coop. So I don't know how you want to go about this. I don't ever want to look round. I don't want to look round. What are you going about? What have you done?
I just pushed a tree out the way because that was the one that was. Oh, now I'm just like.
That was the sounds you used to make when you used to roll tractors over and get stuck and that kind of thing.
Those were the days. You never know, that might happen.
The days when all you cared about was climbing up on roofs and fences and
playing hide and seek.
Playing hide and seek, but forgetting that you had the name above
name tag. Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, I know. But it's lovely. Right.
Right. That should be.
Okay, we're down to our last 10 minutes. Where has the time gone?
I don't know. This always happens in our videos.
It does, but we are still, you know, we're still doing stuff, aren't we? We're still doing stuff. We're chatting. For me, it's the father-daughter stuff. I'm just loving the, you know, it's brilliant. It's also nice having someone. I know a lot of people have been asking me about doing multiplayer again, and I don't want to appear rude or horrible or anything like that. I don't play multiplayer. Just I don't. When I do play multiplayer, I only play it with people I know, close friends, and people I've got to know over a long period of time. I know a lot of people message and say it would be lovely to play multiplayer with me. It's something I don't do. I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of why. Some of you that are longer subscribers may be aware of why, but it's not something I do. So apologies for that. But for me, it's nice doing work with someone else with me, you know. Right now, I don't know whether it will let me landscape. Let me try. Don't know if it will give me the option, will it?
I'm not too sure.
Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button for a start. It definitely won't by doing that. Where are we? Oh, we are here, yeah. So, an object is oh no. Oh, I can't. I don't own the land. You do.
Oh,
It does say an object is obstructing the terrain modification, so I guarantee that's going to be a tree stump.
I just went onto the wrong thing as well.
That could be an issue, couldn't it? Is it? Are you on landscaping?
Lower. How do I zoom in? I don't really use this.
Have you got your help window open?
Yes.
And you've got it on. You're not on texture, are you? You're on modification. Whoa, that's up. No, you want to come back a little bit because I can't see your window. You want to come back off of that mound to this low bit where I'm standing.
Where are you standing? Here.
Oh, am I not on your map? Yeah. So you want to make the thing a bit smaller as well. You don't want it as big because you don't want it to cause any massive problems. And then what you want to do is where I am, you want to is it flatten? Yeah, you want to flatten. So from where I am, you want to move forward from my level and flatten it. You don't want to be building up and you don't want to be dropping down. I'm sure it's flatten. Let me just check the menu. Oh man,
yeah, it's R1 to flatten, but I'm just trying to find. Oh, it did it for like a second.
Okay, will it let you move forward and flatten any more?
No.
What's it just coming up red? It won't let you at all.
Oh wait.
There you go. That's it. That's it. Perfect. 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 Keep going. You need to get rid of that entire mound if you can. Brilliant. Keep going. Yep. This is so weird watching it from here.
Let me just turn because I can't see otherwise.
Yeah, you've got a little bit over here where I'm standing that needs to be flattened. Here, along this edge.
It's weird because obviously there are still trees. Okay, there we go. That's better. Did that just change the radius again? Yeah, I did. Where'd it go?
That's it. Move forward. Perfect. 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 Good job. So,
thanks.
so now you're learning to landscape too.
It's because you're in the.
Oh, so I'm in the way. Sorry.
I didn't realise till now.
It's me doing it. It's me being a buff-on. Too much buffoonery. That's it. If you can get rid of that mound ahead that you created.
Oh, there we go. That's a better angle for.
Oh no, you raised it. You raised it. What are you doing?
How did I raise it? I just clicked the same button.
It's because you clicked level and you were on a bit that was already high. You need to level and move forward from a level bit. Just you need to be very careful of that.
Okay.
That's it. There's a bit over here where I am by the tractor now that you've just raised, but... And we can do that off screen. As long as you've got enough here levelled that we can put the chicken coop down, you might want to go a bit further over here where I'm standing. I'll move out the way, but where I am now... Can you see me?
Yeah.
Right, I'll move out the way. You might just level a little bit of that.
Over here.
That's it. Awesome.
I didn't think this would work.
Right, now I don't know how big the footprint is for the chicken coop. Right, where I'm standing now, can you see me?
Yes.
Right, that bit there needs to be levelled as well, I think. I'm just thinking of a kind of square footprint of a chicken coop. Right, did you want to try and place it? It might not let you. So if you're watching mine, obviously you might want to watch SealyEG's because she's going to try and place... or for me, a chicken coop should suddenly appear, which is going to be awesome.
Zoom out. Oh no, this is actually quite big.
Well, is that the small coop?
There's only one option. Oh,
there's chicken coop, large and small.
Yeah, let me just...
Oh wow, that is big, isn't it?
Oh, can you see it?
Oh no, I've just gone away. It won't let me place it because I don't own the land, but yeah. Oh, blimey, man. We might have to take some more trees out.
Yeah, it says...
Oh, mind you, it might let you go out onto the field, will it? Oh no, maybe not. Oh, that's annoying. That's way bigger than I thought.
Maybe it's because the trees are there?
Yeah, I think as well not enough of the land's been levelled either.
At the moment it's saying the object collides with an object.
Right, so what I reckon is that this tree over here, where I'm standing,
yeah,
this one needs to go. We need to clear these logs out the way, move these ones to one side, and then level this.
Further back.
This needs to be levelled. This tree here where I'm standing, this needs to go. Round behind you.
Oh, there. Okay.
This needs to go. Right, so we are down to the last 3 minutes. What we're going to do, unfortunately, sorry, I know it's just been logging. I know it's been us chatting and we have cleared a bit of the area. Next episode, we'll get these cleared now, off camera. We'll get them moved out the way. Next episode, we're going to place the chicken coop. We're going to load these logs up and get them out of the way. And then we're going to go and get some chicken feed because we don't have any yet. So we'll go and buy some chicken feed to feed the chickens and we'll sell the lumber. Does that sound alright to you?
That sounds like a plan that I'm down for.
Okay, right, let me just knock this one down as well then. I'm glad you had a go at the landscape and it worked. That's cool.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting it to work, but it did, so...
So you've done a bit of logging, done a bit of loading, done a bit of stump grinding, done a bit of landscaping. Oh!
Of course.
Sorry, I deliberately dropped that way away from you.
Oh, also, quickly, my videos seem to be only showing up at 720.
Yeah, we're going to check your settings.
I'm going to check my settings, but I don't know as well because you film on a Pro, and the Pro's meant to be better for all these reasons, so I don't know if that's...
It could be that if you're on a standard PlayStation, maybe. Yeah.
Let me know, because obviously I just have a normal PlayStation, but we're going to play around with it.
We're going to have a look at the resolution settings, because I don't know if you've ever adjusted those at the main game menu, so it could be that. It's not the record settings, we checked those, so we're not sure, but it is only recorded in 720. It's saying HD, which it is HD, but it's not going to 1080.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to... but no one seems to have said it's not causing a problem. It's not like it's blurry or horrible or anything like that, is it?
No.
Not that anyone's mentioned, so we should be alright. Alright, there's a weird noise.
I just jumped into the tractor from the looks of that. Alright.
Excellent. Très bien. I was starting off. I was going to start off the episode, and I do it a lot with her when she comes down in the mornings and stuff.
Ah.
And I will say, "Hola, señorita, ¿cómo estás?" Now, Emma did Spanish. Emma did Spanish GCSE,
and I failed.
She did fail Spanish. She didn't like it. They had to do a language, and she did not like doing a language. She didn't like doing Spanish, and she didn't do. I mean, she did better than she thought she was going to, and she tried, but she just didn't. She couldn't get her head around it. So her reaction to whenever I say that is, without a Spanish accent, is what, Emma? Bien. Not even bien. 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 Unbelievable. Not even muy bien. Just bien. Not even.
I might not be very good, you know.
You might not
just be average.
You might not be muy bien.
No.
Okay. You might just be average. You're not average. You're way below average. No, I'm joking.
Oh.
More shots fired. Pew pew.
Pew pew.
Anyway, on that note of mild hilarity, we've got a lot of tidying up to do. We run out of time. We're out of time.
We have. My buzzer thing's going off.
It is. We hope you've enjoyed the episode, don't we?
Yes, of course.
If you've enjoyed it, what have they got to do if they've enjoyed it?
Go smash that like button, my dudes.
Give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet to me or SealyEG, please do. I will put the link. The link's in the description. I think in mine as well, and it'll be on the comments too. If you don't subscribe, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. Absolutely. And if you want to share this video or SealyEG's video, be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.